Alright guys, this is Doc M, and today I want to do a little beginner's guide for Legion TD2. Yeah, the Warcraft people out there probably know what I'm talking about. This is a tactical game with lanes you have to push, and yeah, we have a few different races. I'm gonna pick element here, so you just pick one race in the beginning, don't go mastermind right away, which is a mix of races, and yeah, then you play your round. So first up, we open up with a mud golem here, and we buy a worker, and I'll explain all of that while we keep on watching here. And we send snails. So there you can see the deposit for the mercenaries you can send, and this is your king. So you have to defend your king. You do that by holding the lanes up here, by setting up your soldiers in a way that you can stop the pushes from the lanes. So there's these lanes are set waves, it's always the same, but the difference comes with the mercenaries here. You can send different mercenaries at different times. They are stronger and stronger, but also more and more expensive. And by adding these mercenaries to the lanes of your opponents, which are fighting the same enemies right now as we do here with our mud golem, you can make them the waves stronger, and eventually get your opponent's team to leak creatures through, and then those creatures would go to your king, either do damage at the enemy's king, or you would get additional money. Here you can see the basic stats, how is it going, how much income you have, and so on. So yeah, we have a leak here. Our opponents leaked. That's very bad start for them, and they leaked our lane. We were sending the snail, and yeah, the snail was supposedly good enough to make them crumble. We got gold coming in from the kills now of the leaked creatures, so you either get gold or preferably king damage and gold. Next, we play at our second creature here, and yeah, send another snail, and we can see our projected power we have with our creatures, and yeah, the higher the lanes go up, the stronger yeah, the waves get, obviously. So second wave here, and the opponent sent a snail with it, but we got rid of that real quick here, and we should be strong enough to hold. Got a pretty tanky unit here with the mud golem, and the bird is also quite tanky, the phoenix, and yeah, it can hold up, and we get money obviously for creeps we kill. So right now we're getting 2 of the crystals per 5 seconds. The crystals are used to buy your mercenaries. So far all good. We are pretty much keeping up with our opponents, and yeah, we're keeping up with our teammates, and that is always important. If you don't know what you're doing, just press tab here and there, and check what your teammates are up to, how many workers do they have, and that's a good orientation for you how to do it. We leaked again there, so now we're gonna bring up 2 of those guys, and yeah, they are really powerful because they have nice upgrades with give each other synergy, fire and water pretty much. And yeah, so we're sending again, obviously. So we keep on sending, so I send another snail, we keep up the pressure. In the beginning it's good to send a lot, but eventually you have to stop and save for a really big push. So yeah, my setup here holds. The 2 djinns we have in place now, the blue guys, yeah, they have a nice attack. It's a bouncing attack. As you can see, they can hit more than 1 enemy at a time. Obviously the second bounce or the first bounce is weaker. And once again, we don't leak. That's always important. So you always have to find a balance between you know, wave attacks and defense strengths, and trying to keep your income up so you can send strong mercenary waves to the opponent. They leaked again. I don't know what they are doing. Typically you won't see so many early leaks, but that's all extra cash for us, so we take that. And yeah, next up we have a decision to make. How much do we want to spend? And we check what our defense is, and I think I can afford a worker. And then we just bring out one of those guys here on the side to add a little bit more of firepower. Those are pretty weak though. So yeah, we're looking good. Now the bird attack wave comes and they send another snail with it, but shouldn't be a problem to us. And yeah, here our two djinns in the back firing away, obviously helping a lot with the bouncing attacks, doing a lot of damage to the birds, while our tanky units in the front obviously are holding them back a bit. And our new guy on the left side, cheap little blinky light, yeah, can also do a lot of damage because it stays untouched for the longest time, because our tanks in the front hold up. So we don't leak again, and that is obviously always a good thing. And yeah, more leakage incoming. I think we leaked a little bit as well. No, we didn't. So yeah, you can always see that on the top there where the king power is displayed next to wave. You can see how many creeps are alive at any given time as long as they spawned. And yeah, the more mercenaries we send, the more money we get every round. And now we're considering the first upgrade here for our djinn, and we do that. And in addition we can send a rhino, which is a nice yeah, damage dealing unit. All the mercenaries have different qualities, and it depends what wave is incoming, which which mercenaries you want to send. So this is a relatively strong wave for the creeps here. At wave 5 you need to be prepared and have some tankiness, so you can take out all these scorpions, especially the scorpion king there. It's powerful, but it's a nice drop of money. At 5, 10 and 20 there is a kind of boss waves, and it's always good to kill these mini bosses off because they're a lot of money. This is gonna be a close call. And we also got a flying turtle mercenary sent at us in, yeah, on top of that, so that's a little bit of a problem. But yeah, we got the Scorpion King. But there you can see the idea. By sending the mercenaries, I was not able to hold the wave there, and we got a leak, a small leak though, not a problem, all fine. It's not bad to leak once or twice. Best, of course, you play a full game without leaking once. That would be ideal. Okay, everything is still looking fine. Get the small leak here is taken care of, and of course if you pass your lane you will end up defending your king, as you just saw. All of my teammates made it through. And yeah, we do a second upgrade here. So if you want to follow this build, it's a relatively safe beginner's build. I didn't look up any meta or whatever, but this is a build I found that worked fairly well for me. So if you keep up with the waves and with what I'm doing here, you should at least not be called out when you play and try the game yourself for the first time. So you don't look like a complete idiot, although I'm not super good at this game or whatever, but at least I worked out something in a few games that seems to be halfway solid build here with element. So yeah, we managed to clear the lane again. There again we're sending a flying turtle here, but our djinn combo holds up, and we make it through. Decent amount of gold there. And yeah, we keep on checking how many workers do the others have, how much defense do they have, and how much crystals do they have, so we can coordinate a bit when to send and when to wait. So always double check if you're not talking much with your teammates, you know, press tab regularly and see if everybody is sending, then maybe it's a good idea to jump in, and if nobody is sending, then you might be saving with the others. And we got a little bit of a leakage here, nothing major. And yeah, now I'm bringing out the next creature, pretty powerful mage that is in the back there, and you always see the range, the radius of a certain unit, how far they can fire. And yeah, I want to definitely send a flying turtle, so I'm waiting a little bit, and yeah, we'll be able to send it off before the wave starts. I'm spamming here, and I got it in still. So yeah, you have to regularly send your mercenaries so you keep your income up. It's always this balance, having enough defense against the waves, having enough income to, you know, be able to send, and obviously to buy new creatures to keep up with this ever so increasingly stronger getting creep waves. And yeah, we're holding up here again, so no leaking from us. So first job done, and I get another worker here to keep the income flow up, because I was realizing, yeah, my teammates are pulling ahead a bit. So yeah, I just was adjusting that a little bit. And I think also you always have to consider, do I push for a worker or do I increase my value, they call it in this game, so your defensive value. Right now we're checking again, we're seeing what we have right now, checking our money situation, and I decide, yeah, should probably be good, and we get another worker up to increase our income. And they're looking what the others are doing. We're looking pretty fine, and yeah, we can probably send another mercenary out, enough for the 50 here, so at least we keep on sending something and keep our income up. So now they've sent a mercenary here too. We quickly kill that, and we should have enough firepower to hold that too. As you can see, my tanks are going down relatively quickly, but they were up long enough, so my long range units could do enough damage to weaken them enough, so we can wipe and clear here once again. Just a good job. So far we only had this super small leak. We're going through, and yeah, good job on our side here. And now slowly but surely a more tactical phase begins, when we should start saving up and preparing a bigger push. At wave 10 there will be another mini boss, which is highly crucial to kill, because it's a lot of money, and if you don't get the money from the kill, you are quite behind. So yeah, it's important to get that kill. And yeah, a little bit of leakage here again, and it's just some extra money, which is all good. And yeah, looks like there's no much tactics with the sending yet. And so now the conversation starts, when do we want to send 9 or and so on. And you know, there's some tactical decisions, and I bring out another creature, very powerful creature here as well. That's my strongest base creature, and yeah, we're sitting good, saving up some money. I see, okay, most of my team sends, so I'll go ahead and send a little bit too, at least something. And yeah, now we should have enough firepower to hold up here, and slowly but surely gear up for the boss round, which is coming next, and often is accompanied by the opponent sending, because yeah, the boss that is coming up is pretty powerful. And yeah, if they time it right and have a nice support unit with it, for example a healer mercenary or so, or some sort of buff, that can tip the scale here and make you really lose out hard, because I think it's 150 gold, and we got nice leakage, and yeah, obviously we're happy about that. So some leakage over there too, but yeah, did better this round again. Slightly. I mean, they will do a minor attack on the king here, but nothing major. So we survived that wave relatively well. Yeah, so pretty good. Additional money here, and a nice leak on them again. So we're happy about that, obviously. And now need to upgrade, and that's something I consider here, and check out how expensive it is to upgrade my units. So we can't really afford that yet. And so we upgrade the Phoenix. Another good play here would have been to bring out another Mud Golem to be a bit more tanky, but upgrading the Phoenix gives also decent tankiness. And here comes the boss, the huge spider-like thing, and obviously they have some company for it. In the background you can see another mercenary. This was a Drake or so. They were sending pretty big this round, and yeah, will be a close call. This thing tanks magic attacks pretty well, as you see, so you really want to have some tankiness. So probably adding another Mud Golem would have been the safer play here, but in the end we have enough firepower to take her down. Was not really super close. Depends, you know, I got lucky a bit with the dragon they sent. So yeah, if they would have sent some buffs instead of the dragon there, that would have been a better choice. So we're checking. Okay, survived that, all good. We have money. Checking what our teammates are doing. Considering, should we spend gold now for a worker, and I do that just to keep up with the income a little bit, to see what my teammates are doing. And yeah, still contemplating here. In the meantime, yeah, we are sitting pretty good, didn't do big mistakes, and now I play the golem to get a little bit more tankiness, and another golem here, and checking how much attack strength are we expecting, how much do I have. So we're sitting pretty okay here, and yeah, we're starting to build up crystals at the moment. So we decided we will save and then do a big push, and everybody's saving up right now pretty much. So I didn't talk back, but I just followed their lead. That's good enough, you know. You don't need anybody to talk and discuss, and if somebody tries to call the shots, especially if you're a beginner, just follow their lead a little bit. Typically there is one or two guys around that know what the heck they're doing, so you know, just listen to the chat there and make sure to comply and don't behave stupid, as long as you don't know what you're talking about. Of course, if you have a better idea, you can always bring that up. You bring up the chat window by pressing return, and we clear here again pretty easily actually. So we have a good setup here, pretty stable, only that very small leak. And right now, yeah, we're building up crystals, we're building up money, and checking how much damage the wave did to the opponents here. With a little bit of a leak, nothing major, it will not reach their king, but we will get a few more pennies extra which we can use. So here we go, and we're still discussing when do we want to send. And yeah, we agreed here on 15, I believe, or 13 for a first big send. So far so good. We're sitting pretty good here, and I think it's time to play the next card. So another very powerful creature here, and yeah, then I change my mind and do the upgrade so we have a little bit more tankiness, because right now we have pretty good firepower coming from the back, and yeah, just need a little bit more tankiness, melee damage, dealing and absorption. So up in the front, so the Mud Golem gets is 265 gold upgrade, and they didn't send here at all, so they're saving too, and want to do a big push. And yeah, with the extra tankiness here up in front, we can hold them back long enough, so our once again range units are in the back and can do a lot of damage. I mean, there's different ways to build up things. You can see different formations here. I used a very simple formation, just a few tanks in the front and shooters in the back, and that seems to work fairly well. But yeah, as I said, I'm not a pro at this game. I kind of understand what this game is all about. And now it's time for our big send. We decided to go now. So yeah, trying to send everything I can rake up, everything I can afford. And yeah, they had a leak, so we got time to decide and think about what we want to do. And here we go again. I have good money, and yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe a support troop sent over as well. That would be nice, and we should get a big league on them as we all send big time now. So I'm contemplating more upgrades here, and yeah, we're going for the big upgrade here, 335, to add additional firepower. I believe we have enough tankiness in front, and yeah, we send all we can at the moment, as powerful as can be. And you can see all my teammates are also sending, so we coordinated that nicely and are doing a big push. The opponent is pushing 2 though. As you can see, there's quite a bunch of mercenaries in this pack, and that is annoying. This is a typical round where people like to push 13 because those mech robot thingies here are pretty hard to kill. Especially as you can see, I'm having a hard time dealing with them. So now it's all about getting as many kills as possible, and we get a nice additional kill here, and we have a small leak. So they pushed hard too, but I think we got a bigger leak on their side. And as you can see, looks like all of them leaked, and this will be a lot of king damage. Probably will not be enough to finish off the game, but you know, big amount of damage. We also leaked, but it's not as bad as them. They definitely have a bigger leak right there in total. So king is taking a lot of damage, and we're getting a lot of additional money because all these creatures passed through. It's all in our pockets, 8 per, so that's nice, 6 to 8. And yeah, here we are hustling too, and super close call and victory. So in the end it was a close call. They breached too, but we leaked a little bit more. We saved up a little bit more money and got a little bit more firepower through. Here you can see all the stats. If you're interested in that, you know how much you leaked, how much net worth you had, and your value, and all these interesting statistics. And yeah, that's how you play Legion TD2. Well, this is how you could play it. Obviously there's millions of variations. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.